Well, welcome to Training Tuesday, everyone. We're so glad that you could join us today. I am Heidi Reese, the Training Programs Manager at Dayton Superior, and I'm hanging out here with Mr. Chuck Hope. What are you, Chuck?
National Training Manager.
Ah, we know our titles today.
I think so.
So just a couple of things that we want to go over before we really get started with the material. Everybody who has joined is joined muted, but don't let that stop you from asking any questions or any concerns, or just, if you want to just say hi to me, that's fine too. You can do that through Zoom, through the Q&A or the chat functionality, or both, whatever. And as we have the presenter going on, I can chat with you guys, and we'll definitely have a mini Q&A session at the end of the presentation. In addition, I want to remind you that each of these webinars are recorded and placed out on Dayton Superior, both our YouTube channels as well as DaytonSuperior.com. So just search for Training Tuesday. You'll get two links. One will have the latest 4 webinars that we've done that can push you to the, oh my gosh, how many do we have? Like 115 out there now? Yeah. And then you can look at that, or you can register for the next week's Training Tuesday. That's sure to be a good one. All right, so getting started here. This presentation is intended for training purposes only. So any of the products that we present to you or talk about, I want you to go out to DaytonSuperior.com and make sure that you read up on any technical specifications or look at the tech data sheet, safety data sheet, so that you are aware how to safely use these products. In Dayton Superior, we are the leading provider of engineered solutions for the concrete construction industry. So what the heck does that mean? We are that one-stop shop of accessories and chemicals, forming, engineering. We have the largest engineering group in the industry, is what I'm trying to say. And of course, training. You're doing a little mini training session here, and we're only going to be talking about taper lock and just the applications of it. So I want to remind you that although we're only looking at the high level of this, if you want more I can't say the word, detailed, let's go with that, or training, please contact Chuck and myself at training@DaytonSuperior.com, and I'll talk about that at the end so that you can see what this training is for you. And if you want some more longer at your place, we can make that happen for you. So who is going to be presenting today? So I hope you guys saw your email, then you will know it is Mr. Zach Sayer, who is our Director of Business Development for Splicing. And he is a seasoned professional in the concrete construction industry with over 16 years of experience. His expertise lie in both sales and technical support, and he specializes in the splicing products, and that's what we're going to talk about today, the taper lock specifically. And as a splicing director of business development here at Dayton Superior, he really prioritizes customer needs. And I've really seen that in action. I mean, he talks about the customer and trying to do what's best for both. And he also formulates strategies to address any industry challenges for the splicing segment and try to put products in place with new product development with our engineers. And today he is here to talk to us about taper lock and its application. So Zach, take it away.
Well, thank you very much, Heidi. I do appreciate that very nice introduction. I'm just a simple splicing guy, so I'll try to live up to the expectations here. So today we're going to talk mostly about taper lock, some application use as well, and then the resources behind our product. So we will dive in here, make sure my controls are working. And so there's 2 different types of lap splice. You have your simple lap splice, and then we have our mechanical splice. So mechanical splice being 2 couplers joined together to accomplish a full strength of the bar. And dive in here. So a lap splice, we overlap 2 bars, placing them side by side. They are going to be concrete dependent. So there is no strength with bars being lapped until the concrete is actually poured. Can't be used on sizes 14 or 18 in vertical applications. They also have a lot of congestion issues, forming rock pockets. And then we have insufficient strength and difficult to use in vertical applications, especially with the larger size bars. With mechanical splicing, you do have an advantage as they do provide a mechanic or a splice value that is outside of the concrete. So it's always a precise and reliable connection rather than the variable that could be with lap. You have a stronger connection and a superior performance, especially during seismic events. And then they allow the bars to behave in a manner like continuous lengths of reinforced steel bar. So basically just providing the full tensile strength of the bar. They are lab tested, so we do all kinds of different style testing methods in order to prove the values that we do claim. So mechanical splicing, it helps to solve the challenge of connecting rebar and segmental pores, especially allowing for future expansion pores, known as form savers, and they protect concrete forms from damage. We'll dive into that here in a second. So rebar splicing is defined in two different ways. You have a type 1 splice, which will be 125% specified yield strength of the bar, and then a type 2 splice, which is a type 1, and it also reaches the 100% specified tensile strength of the bar. As you can see here, we have our printed values for everything, and we do include these tables in our catalogs and in literature. We did update the numbers as they were previously. 615 in 2020 actually updated the strength of their bar, so therefore it lowered the strength requirements for mechanical couplers for use with 615. So that's why you see the difference in the numbers there. So now we'll dive into our taper lock portfolio. Our taper lock series is our most versatile product line in regards to splicing, as we have such a variety of products available for it. Start off here with the taper lock machine. Is this ready to go? So our taper lock machine is what puts the thread on it.
Kindly with Dayton Superior. And this is the taper lock threading machine. Taper lock is Dayton Superior's line of rebar couplers that include standard couplers, form savers, positional couplers, and end anchors. The taper lock system requires only 5 foot-pounds of torque to develop the full strength of the connection.
Our dedicated field support team supports and trains to eliminate across the country to eliminate downtime.
The taper lock system is available in grade 60, 80, and 100 and comes with corrosion protection options including epoxy, galvanized, stainless steel, and Chromex.
Thank you, Sam.
I'm Sam Conley with Dayton Superior.
So that was Sam Conley. Sam oversees our technical sales up in the Northeast Territory, and then Chris Keys oversees our 2G machine fleet throughout the country. So two integral guys to our team. But as you saw that machine in action, let's see, that machine will do sizes 4 through 18, all grade material up through 120 if you're dealing with Chromex. It'll do plain, epoxy, galvanized, stainless steel material. So it's a machine that does it all. Much faster throughput and it's a much more automated machine. So just a lot simpler for our fabricators to use, providing a high quality product. So then the features of actually using the taper lock. So the taper lock is a mechanical splicing system. It provides a type 2, which again is a type 1 and a type 2 strength, and it works for grade 60, 75, 80, and 100. Our standard couplers are good for 60 and 80, and then we have a 100 grade series. We also have available sizes 4 through 12, 14, and 18. So all standards rebar sizes. The taper lock system is typically used by threading machines that are placed at fabricators throughout the country. We do have fabrication in-house capabilities as well. One of the biggest advantages to installing with taper lock is going to be that there's no installation tools required. It's a simple hand tightening. It's one of the most economical splicing options for bridges and high rises. Our D370 would be the male version, so that's available also from Dayton, or if you have a local fab shop that you use that has the threader. And so you can oversee, we'll dive into each of these, but this is the series, the core products for the taper lock. We've got a standard coupler, a transitional, excuse me, a form saver, and then we have our end anchor series along with a positional and a weldable coupler. Our standard coupler is it's called a D310. This just connects two bars of the same size, so they would be threaded. And then once they're in the field, you would just simply install a coupler on both sides. At least one of the bars has to be rotatable so that you can correctly assemble the product. Our D320, just simply a transitional version. So this would be a custom made, depending on what size you're going to. As you're doing a lot of vertical application, we get a lot of sizing differences from 9s to 11s. We can go 11s to 18s. We can do all different opportunities there. So. A D330. This is just going to be a positional coupler. So if both of your bars are in fixed positions and you can't rotate them, then this would be a great option. Or if you need some more room or more play, this is another option as well. As it's a three-piece system, and once installed on one end, can then have some play on the other end to be able to connect to the other bar. The D340, probably our most common coupler. This is a form saver. So this is used to connect two bars of the same size also. One's freely rotatable, but for typical applications for this will be, like I said, a form saver, segmental pores, some precast applications, formed applications, anything where you're looking to have future work expansion opportunity there. The D350 or D351, these are our end anchors. So the D350 is our seismic, our large, and our D351 is our mini or our standard. That's a 5AB, and the large one is a 10AB. So this could be put onto the bar either in the field or set on the bar before and shipped to the site. Again, used for all sizes, 4 through 18, good with grade 60, 75, 80, and 100. And we can do all different coatings on this as well. Our D360 weldable, kind of self-explanatory. This is just a piece that would be welded to structural steel. So whether you're starting or ending and you're connecting to a piece of structural steel rather than a form, this is the option that you would use there. Very simple. It's typically the welding guidelines for whatever local municipality you're using is who kind of governs this. We can give some basic instructions though if you need that. Go the right way here. And then we've got our D368. So this is very similar to our DBDI forged product line in that it's a one-piece unit. This is forged, it's upsized, and then we drill and tap out, but we use our taper lock thread pattern. And so therefore you get a one-piece design, also offering the type 2 splice strength, but it's something that we manufacture in-house and then can ship out to job sites. This would only be available in sizes 4 through 11. Typically grade 60, we can do grade 80 as well though, and plain epoxy, galvanized, or stainless material. And then a complement to the 368 or any of the coupling would be the D370 threaded bar. So this is just our male threaded rebar here with the taper lock thread pattern on it, and it's available in all different styles as well. So if it's something that you have different applications, obviously we can put this system in any opportunity that you have. So. And I guess one of the biggest questions we get is, where is splicing used? And if you look at any kind of concrete structure, anywhere that there is reinforced concrete is where you could substitute any kind of splicing, lap splicing with mechanical couplers. It does have great advantages, as we've just touched on, but these are the opportunities that would be in your local areas, as far as if you're going for discussions with any contractors or anyone that's doing any installation for reinforced concrete. Couplers can be used everywhere. One of the big opportunities and big jobs that we have is a lot of the stadiums throughout the country. And so you can just see the different opportunities with each of the different aspects. So if you're approaching any of these jobs, these are great opportunity to utilize splicing, or at least know that splicing is going to be on this job in some facet. One of the big jobs that we were part of was the Oakland Raiders Stadium. So that was a big success over the last few years for us as well. High-rise opportunities. There's so much vertical work going on as all of our cities are growing. You can see all the different opportunities and applications for where splicing could be used and where it is used. So again, if you're looking at any of these kind of jobs, projects, then this is definitely something where you would find a lot of splicing. Some of the projects that we've done recently, the Freedom Tower, we're a big part of that. The JP Morgan Chase World Headquarters, which is still being worked on in New York. We had significant amount of our end anchors involved with that project. It was a grade 100 for the foundation. So you can tell with the end anchors here, end anchors reduce congestion and replace a hooked bar. So as you can see, all those little dots on the left there, and the amount of pieces, that you could imagine the amount of congestion that hooked bar would have caused. So this is a great alternative and great application for that. Industrial water treatment plants, again, the big opportunity is there's a significant amount of reinforced concrete on these projects. So looking at the different applications, different opportunities, taper lock is a premier product to be put on or designed in any of these projects. Just an overview, you can see the amount of reinforced concrete on any city municipality. So any of these projects, again, great opportunity to talk about splicing. Bridge applications, again, all the different aspects of where of bridges being installed, especially now a lot more being installed with precast. This is a great product to be utilized with those systems as well. Different precast applications, including parking garages, bridges, stadiums, residential and commercial, along with airports. Precast is a rapidly growing aspect of our industry, so great opportunity with them. Some big bridge projects we had recently, the Tappan Zee a few years back, and then the Samuel de Champlain Bridge up in Canada. A couple big projects that we just wanted to feature as being prominent with splicing, and especially with taper lock. Got the Kansas City airports, the JFK airports. It seems like everywhere we travel these days, airports are just constantly expanding. So again, a great opportunity to utilize splicing, especially the taper lock product line. So Heidi, I guess we'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you so much, Zach. So I find it interesting, all the places that you can see. So basically, where you can use splicing. So thanks for teaching us. And Mr. Sam is actually on this presentation. He's watching it. So kudos to you, Sam. I tried to play it again, so you can watch it twice. But so I want to talk to you guys about your resources. I mentioned DaytonSuperior.com as well as training at DaytonSuperior.com. So if you want extra training, just send us an email and just let me know what kind of things you want, and we'll get with you and chat. But on DaytonSuperior.com specifically, we have a splicing product selection guide. So we only talked about the taper lock, but we have so many more splicing availabilities, ways to do it. DBDI series, the bar lock, and the grout sleeves are the others. We have Training Tuesdays out on those as well. We can provide you with presentations on all of them if your company requires that. But For dependent on your job and the application, this is a good selection guide to allow that to, you can see what's going on and you can figure it out. In addition, we have the taper lock ordering form. This can be found on DaytonSuperior.com as well. It's pretty self-explanatory there. Whatever you need, you could fill that out and get with your sales representative. But if you want to find more information out about the products themselves, more than what Zach has provided, we have product pages out there that will link to various things such as technical data sheets for the handbook, specifically the rebar splicing handbook. In addition, we have IAPMO reports for the ER 319, ER 245, those that you saw within this presentation. And so you can read up on what that exactly means and how those evaluation and third-party testing provides you with that peace of mind. And I just reference that, contact information. Well, how do you know who to contact? So we have on DaytonSuperior.com the regional maps there of Dayton, Superior, and Simons, depending on who you are. So in this case, Dayton Superior. And you can just follow along to find your state and see who your sales representative or your technical sales representative is for the question that you may have. And with saying questions, are there any? I know we had a question about if we provide the presentations out, and unfortunately we do not, but as I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, we put them out on YouTube as well as DaytonSuperior.com, so you can rewatch this and slow motion Sam all you want and Zach and make him sound funny. It'll be great. So are there any questions? Well, Zach, you did a fine job. I don't think we have any. There is a QR code there for the training at DaytonSuperior.com. So if you do want to get in touch with us to provide additional training or just have questions, feel free to reach out and Chuck and I are here for you. So with that, you've got an extra little bit of time left on your awesome Training Tuesday day. Thank you, Zach, for presenting, and all of you out there in Training Tuesday land. I'll see you next week. Actually, I won't. It's going to be the Chuck show next week. I'm going to be traveling for business. So I'll talk to you in 2 weeks. And what were you going to say, Chuck?
Have a super day.
Yes, back at you. Bye, Zach.